Right, we are going to start our second session, 70B. I think it is already 9/11 in Atlanta.
As
And
the date
today
is, yeah.
it is 9/11 as well.
Yeah.
And our topic of discussion, how to protect from negativity and dark energies. So to understand this so-called the negative aspects and negative energies, and we also call as dark energies, we focus our discussion with in the scale of the PVF, personal energetic vibrational frequency, that we discussed earlier. The research outcome of Dr. David Hawkins in his Power versus Force, that's a very famous book. And there is the pyramid is there, the cone. And in that, he explained that our neutral energy is vibration, our cellular vibration, that is 250 is a neutral. Anything below 250 is a negative, and anything above 250 is positive. And I'm just bringing the context of what we call negative per se. So, and anything higher than 500 is called love and above, where our individual self-interest, other things get dropped. So we become, opens up our heart. And 700 plus is enlightenment frequency. So this is actually almost, we become operating from the oneness and the getting in the constant guidance of the divine. So negative, what we are talking about here is the vibration, cellular vibrancy less than 250. There is no such thing called negative energy as such. The reason I mentioned about PVF is it is a lower vibration. So rather than positive or negative, it will be easier to understand if we talk about the lower vibrations and the higher vibrations. What happens is, if we are in the lower in the vibration, then we attract many things, and that we are getting troubled by it. Let me give you an example to understand this, that how this frequency can affect our experience in life. Just if we lower the vibration, many things will attract. When we increase the vibration, those things will go away automatically. I'll give you some example. Suppose there is a rain on the mountain, and the water is coming down through the mountain, and it is likely to form a river, different streams. So what happens when the water is not enough? Then small streams of water is trickling down from the mountain surface. A small rocks can hold that stream. The water is stopped, it just on its root, a small rock is there. It stops there. But same place, if there is a water comes with a force, with a lot of force, and coming down from the mountain, it takes its own inertia, it can move big boulders. Forget about small rocks. It can throw away the boulders from its root and take its way down and continue its flow. So that means whichever earlier the rock which was an obstacle to the flow of the river, same river can remove the obstacle simply by raising its force, raising its level. Same here with our cellular vibrancy. If you have a lower vibration, less than 250 vibration, then it is called you are attracting negative experiences of life. Then you operate from the, the jealousy and anger, fear, and all these kind of things. And if you operate from there, then you will attract that kind of experiences associated with those vibrations. When you raise that, no matter what the obstacle is, obstacle will go on its own. Simply, if you have to raise the vibration, go to the positive territory, higher is better. Same rock, if the level of water is very high, then it may need seconds to remove it. If it is a moderate, maybe it will try to push, dislodge, and finally move it. So it's all about the level of the force which is coming, which is needed to remove this obstacle. Same here with our vibrational level, the way we experience things in life. We actually attract it by our own vibration, any kind of experiences. So simply the technique of protect yourself from the negative experiences, negative energies, simply to raise your own vibration. As simple as that. If it is a dark energy means what happens is when in the earth people can be under negative mentality and all the lower vibrational aspects. Similarly, in the astral dimensions also there are low vibrations. Their low vibration domain is called lower astral. You can say that people who has like criminal record and all these things all do bad karmas, and after death they go there because it is a lower astral. It's not comfortable to stay there. There is nothing called hell, by the way. Okay, the lower astral you can consider it's a hell. So what they say, because it's uncomfortable. It is, see, what happens is, suppose you are habituated to live in a home with your AC setup and 24 degrees centigrade. Okay, that's your comfort level. But in the same room, if we can make that the same temperature as 40 degrees centigrade or 45 degrees centigrade, it will be very uncomfortable for you. Same with that vibration. If the lower astral, there the vibration is such, it is not comfortable. There is nobody is caning someone and putting somebody in the hot oil. Nobody is doing that. But that simply by vibration itself is not allowing to enjoy the state, and that is the lower astral vibration is all about. What happens is, you might have the dark energies, means you might have heard the things called black magic and things like that. So what they do, they get hold of this kind of entities and they guide them to do certain things. It is possible to do certain amount of things with this kind of entities, and they can do certain kind of things and act in a certain way, and to create some to some extent some harm to others and all these kind of things. So they use these entities. So these kind of aspects, it is a different thing that whoever does this, harming other people using these entities, lower astral entities, after their death, they also go and join there. They become somebody else's slave to do the similar things, because of their karma get them into that. So there are ways to deal with this, protect yourselves from all these aspects as well. Okay, the aspect is simply, if you raise your vibration to the level where it is spiritual in nature, like love and our frequency 500 plus, and if it is 700 plus, this kind of astral dimension is a much lower. It's a astral dimension is a level 2, you can say. Gross is 1, like our physical dimension. Energy dimension, the second body, is there in the 2. And this, we are talking about 5 and 6. So if you operate from there, if your vibration match with this level, this lower dimensional, the creatures or whatever you call it, they cannot reach there. It is like, suppose people are throwing arrow to hit. The people say in the black magic, they put ban or some arrow they throw or something of that nature. Maybe that the arrow is good enough to kill a bird, which cannot fly much higher. But if you become an aeroplane and if you're flying at a 30,000 feet above the ground, no arrow can touch that. Maybe some people trying to send the arrow, but it will never hit. So the technique is you raise your level. And also in the lower level, that energy things are give and take. Like if you, like there is a transactional energy is there. Like if you have to do some harm, the harm will come back to you and something like that. But in the spiritual level, there is no duality. There is no positive or negative. Simply if you operate from there, you can only do the good thing passing through you. But there is nothing you don't need anything either. No good and bad, you can give it in return. So that is the level of beyond any return can receive there as well. I'm trying to explain it. It's difficult to explain the subtle energy things, but this is how it works. If you raise your level, raise your vibration to the spiritual level, simply by raising your cellular vibrancy, activating your chakras, and quieten the mind. That is important. I'll come back to that little later, what mind plays the role here. Then in that case, you are operating a certain level, no black magic, no dark energy, no negativity can actually touch you. Forget about managing it. Managing means you are in it. You are trying to do this way or that way. I'm talking, you need not to manage it. You fly above it so that nothing can touch you. Okay, it is also known as Bhihangam Marg. The marg of the Kriya Yoga is called Bhihangam Marg. Like a flight of a bird, you go and directly go to the fruit. We need not to go the path and face all the difficulties. Normally, the path the people take is a longer and full of struggle. It's called Pipilika Marg. Like there is a fruit, it's a sweet fruit. How an ant approach that? Ant take his own pace, go slowly to the tree, go to the bottom of the tree, then try to climb through the stem, and then to the branch and go to the fruit and get it. It takes a long time and a lot of effort. Okay, so that is the normal experience people have. A lot of struggle to get some fruit. But bird's approach is not that. That is a Pipilika Marg. Bhihangam Marg is, but look at the fruit, straight fly there and get it. No struggle in between. That is only possible. To get that Bhihangam Marg, you have the wings. In spiritual pursuit, we call that we need 2 wings, awareness and understanding. These are the wings. These are your strength. It is not doership, it is beingship. There is no word called beingship. Anyway, I made that word. Okay. The beingship make it happen, not doership. To be in the beingness, you need awareness and understanding only. And also there is another thing you need in the Bhihangam Marg, which is actually, we call it tail of the bird, which determine the direction. Otherwise, without tail, I don't know whether you have seen something or not. If you put some kind of rubber band in the tail of a bird, please don't do that. I'm just saying this theoretically. I don't want to torture any bird, but if you actually put some rubber band, it cannot fly. It loses its direction. It's like a rudder of a boat. It tried to fly, but it goes haywire. Like it cannot, the direction it loses. In spiritual path, in the Bihangam mark, awareness and understanding, these are the strength of your wings, but those two are not good enough. You need the tail. What is the tail which determines the direction? The tail is love and gratitude. You live in attitude of a gratitude. Practically sounds, nonsense. How can be, the love and gratitude can make any change? But that is the key factor. Living in an attitude of gratitude is the highest possible frequency you can have on this planet Earth as a human being. So in that case, what is happening? You have a awareness and understanding, full strength, both equal. You are aware, but there is no understanding. So you have one wing, you cannot fly. Okay, you have full understanding, but not aware of anything. That is also not good. But when awareness and understanding the match together, you have the knowingness, and you have an attitude of gratitude to the divine. That makes you fastest flight to the fruit. And when you do that, whatever on the ground realities doesn't matter. You need not to face them. You need not to cross them. If there is a mud or something on that, in the tree, there may be a river in between. Ant cannot cross that river to go to the fruit, but bird can. Okay, he just takes the flight and get there. So that is the technique we have to use to get the result, get that whatever in the joy of life. It is called Jivan Madhurya, the nectar of life. Okay. Nectar of life, you cannot get having a big cocktail party, That is the illusion of joy. It is not actually a joy. This kind of thing, when you achieve that state, you are already in the state of that. You don't need actually a party. You are all the time you are in the party of the divine. You are in the full of joy. You don't need any other kind of arrangement there coming from below. You get it, everything within, nothing needed without. Without means without outside environment. You don't need. You can have a party within. Okay, and it is a much, much better party than anything without. All right, so now let me explain about that where we get this kind of negative experiences. Okay. Negative experiences in life, we consider it as coming from outside. Somebody said anything and, we lost something, or somebody cheated, or something of that, something from outside. And we try to fix the problem, manage the problem, and to get ourselves, to make ourselves happy. This in the pursuit of happiness, persuasion of the happiness resulted in us more unhappy. Okay. All path on the life we take, it ended up in the frustration and unhappiness. That is the unfortunate reality of life. Okay. There is a saying, say, when I was young, I thought life is full of beauty, but when I started my life, it looks like life is full of duty. There is a saying there. It's true, means it is a disillusionment about life. What you thought, and kidhar se kidhar aa gaya. Because when you started the life, you have some imaginary thing. It is not a reality, it is an imagination. It is there. Of course, that life was there in your imagination, but reality is something else. So to enjoy life, to enjoy the nectar of life, you have to have the acceptance of the reality, not live in the fool's paradise. Acceptance and the reality, then the same reality will be converted into the source of joy simply by controlling your inner state, your expectations. If you expect many things from many people, many events, many, your office, your family, your country, your society, you expect many things, more frustrated you will be. But if you expect nothing from anyone or anything, then you'll be liberated. So there was some story of a cow and a farmer. Okay, a farmer and cow is going, and farmer has the cow has that rope, and farmer has that rope in his hand. So there was a wise man sitting there in the village, and he has his somebody was asking him some to get the wisdom. What is this? So then one person was asking this poor the cow is poor because cow is the slave of that farmer. Farmer is how lucky that he owns that cow. So when cow is the slave and he doesn't have a life and all these kind of things and all, and the farmer is wonderful. So why is like that? Why it is? It is this way? He asked the wise man. Wise man said, "Don't bother. Who is lucky and who is not. I will just to say the who is actually liberated and who is not. Just cut the rope. Just cut the rope and see." The guy went and cut that rope, which the farmer was holding the cow, and the cow started running. Okay. And the farmer was running behind it, tried to get hold of that cow. So, hey, my cow is running away. He's abusing that guy who cut the rope. So you said, now you see, who is slave? The farmer is the slave. He cannot get out of this cow. Yeah. So your idea of that he is the owner, he's not. In reality, it is different. Cow is liberated. He doesn't need that farmer. But the farmer needs a cow. Why? Because he thinks the cow belongs to him. He paid for it or something, whatever be the reason. And now he is running. He is a slave. This is a small story, but exactly this is the story of our lives. Okay. And that the rope is our ego. Ego makes us believe that cow is the slave and I am the owner. Ego makes us believe that. Now, if you cut the ego, if the ego is not there, whole experience will change automatically. You get liberated from these ideas of what is yours and what is not yours. To be truth is nothing is yours. You are temporary here, coming here for experience something. The moment you get tied up with something, anything, any idea, any ideology, or any kind of protocol that you think this should be done this way, you are tying up with that. It is not your rule. It is your bondage. We, feel so much frustrated about what is happening in our state. Chief minister is not doing this and that, and how shameful it is. But we travel to some place, live in another country, where we even don't know who is the chief minister. There is no need. One way you can say, oh, you are not authorized to exercise your right to vote and all. The truth of the matter is I don't need it. What that power has given me, only it give the idea that is my state, that my is there. And that is the cause of all suffering. I cannot control events there other than writing few things on the social media. So many injustices going on, so many things happening. I'm just shouting at there. Other than we cannot do anything. Okay. It is better. We don't claim it is in mine at all. I am liberated from it, right? If I don't claim it is my state, that's it. I got liberated. I cut the rope. I got liberated from it. So all this suffering is coming from the concept of it is mine. Okay. It is my house, or it is my family, it is my society, it is my state, it is my country, and all this thing. I think there is a famous saying of Kennedy, was saying, you don't ask what country can do for you and what you can do for the country, something like that. Yeah, it is so true. This my thing, business, okay, that create the expectation that I will get this. And in that way, our experience is always negative. Everybody has a free will. Everything has its own plan, that not necessarily it will follow my plan or my idea or my ideology. So in that case, when we don't get whatever we had wanted, our experience got negative. Then you try to blame ABCD, something else. It doesn't matter. Anyway, no way it matters. So where you are experiencing this negativity, that is within. It is within you. Same state, same thing, belong to somebody. You may not experience the negativity, but other can. Same situation. Only difference is somebody is thinks it is his or her own, and other person thinks it is disconnected from it. As simple as that. The rope is cut, so no longer they can control. So that we no longer become the slave of that. Everybody is independent of. So to achieve to that state, we have to cut the rope of the ego. When ego will only stop when the mind chattering stops. And that's what we practice during meditation. Otherwise, it will give you hundreds of input of reason to be unhappy. If there are 2 reason gives to happy, there are 98 gives what we need to be unhappy about. And so our life is full of unhappiness because our mind tells us that it's unhappy. Every life is a collection of moments, like it's a time, collection of moments. Right now, at this moment, what is the problem? No problem. You are living, breathing, enjoying life, and that's it. Then you start thinking, really? No, I have that, I have this, all are bad experiences. Yeah? Then your life becomes suddenly negative. So if you live in that moment, it will be the series of moments you live and your life is perfect. It is all content and complete by itself in a given moment. And that is why it is called present moment. It's a divine gift. Only mind doesn't allow us to stay in the present and enjoy the present, the gift. That's why we are suffering. That's why our life is negative. So if you silence your mind, mind is under control, your life will be fine. I'm not saying perfect or ideal. This is a concept. Life is like that. By design, it is not supposed to give you whatever you want. But it will give you whatever you need. Means I have not come across anybody personally who could not live and had to suicide because there is no other way. I never come across anybody like that. Personally, cause may be something else. Okay. Cause may be the loss of expectation that created it, but not just direct influence that created this kind of things. I never heard anybody. So that means every time in that this situation comes, that reminds me one video of Jaggi Vasudev, our Sadhguru Vasudev. In the video, he was telling, I think, some interview. I said, whoever is too frustrated with the life, and many complain, try to hold your neck and close it for 1 minute. You don't want to leave. Huh? After 30 seconds, you will tell hell of this, the thing, hell of the thing I want to leave. Okay. You cannot do that. Okay. You cannot, means then you realize how, important the life is. Okay. It is easy to say that I will quit. I will drop this life, but actually you don't. Okay. He said, you try this experience, you will realize within 30 seconds, you will change your mind. You have a lot of complaint. Huh? You want to leave this life, suicide. Try that. Okay. Anyway, so that is basically fundamentally what is this. Our only thing what need to be changed, our idea of life need to be changed. The expectation from life need to be changed. That needs a practice, that needs a surrender. It's not easy, but not impossible either. Whoever has done it, they are living a liberated life. Who am I to take responsibility to everything what is happening everywhere in the world? Who am I? Who has given me authority to all this? Only thing, I have to be responsible for myself. And to be more precise, my inner self, my mind. Only that. If I can have that, if I can do just one thing, what Mahatma Gandhi said, whatever change you like to see in the world, start with yourself. And that's it. If you do that, everything will fall in place for you. When you go into that kind of realization, you will find how perfect the life is, how perfect the universe is. Our normal experience is opposite. You started seeing the perfectness in everything, not complaining about these nitty-gritties. So this state comes only from the vibration. If you raise your vibration, quieten your mind, then it will be. And to understand that your this unhappiness, or why, how to get out of, why we cannot get everything happiness we want. I have just a few slides I prepared for some talk I have given a few months back to a engineering college. I think I will show you a few slides from there, so it will be more clear to you. Let me see where I can get this. All right, so now I will just read the slides. Can you see the slides? Somebody just unmute and say yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So here there are some question answer in the slides. And first question here is that why we cannot be happy all the time. The answer to that is because our mind cannot hold this positive state for a long time due to some negative events keep happening around us. These external events change our state of mind from positive to negative. Maybe now I got a good news, I become happy, then I was feeling happy, and after 10 minutes some phone call came and I come to know that somebody met with an accident, but that my happiness goes away. So the external event, they controlling my state of mind, right? Then the next question is this question have been put by the intellectual mind, how our mind is perceiving this. So question is how negativity enters into our mind. Then the answer to that is outside events inject negative thoughts in our mind, which generate negative emotions. And this way we lose our state of happiness. Assuming we started with happiness, but we lose it. And how we lose it? Because some negative event happens in our life, or we get the news of something, negative things. Then it changes from positive to negative. Then the research is going on saying how negativity enters into our mind in the first place. Then it is outside events inject negative thoughts in our mind, which generate negative emotions. Listening to some injustice in Afghanistan, we become very angry. So this news of something in Afghanistan created a anger in me. So that is negative emotion has been created, and my happiness is gone. The state, this way we lose our state of happiness. Question number 3, why we allow negative thought to enter in the mind, enter in the first place? This is an argumentative thing. So I'm just creating some kind of argument. We don't छोड़ेंगे नहीं उसको, देख कर रहेंगे. Why we allow negative thought to enter in the mind first place? The answer to that is we have no control over our thoughts. Even though we do not want, still negative thoughts keep coming. So here is a controllability issue. Here the thought is the master and you are the slave because you have no control. Number 4, have you tried to allow positive only and reject all negatives? Okay, means we are smart here. We'll allow only the positive and negative, we'll just filter it out. Some system we are talking here. Answer to that is try to filter only positives to enter in your mind, but never succeeded. We could not do it. Then why we could not do it? That is explained in the next slide. We cannot get only positive without any. Why we cannot get only positive without any negative? The answer to that is positive and negative are the polar opposites. It is like both sides of the same coin, or like a bar magnet, as you see here in this slide. It has got a north pole and south pole. If you keep breaking it in the aim to take out the north pole, the new north and south will develop. Further you want this, you still break it, new poles, duality will develop. In that way, you will never be successful to take only positive and leave the negative. So what is the conclusion then? To get rid of any polarity, whether it is positive or negative or whatever you wanted to get rid of, We need to let go both and become neutral or zero state. Only then you will be able to stop negativity to influence you. You got the idea? Got the clue? Means if you hammer this bar magnet enough times, it lose both its polarity. It becomes go back to its iron. And when it does that, and then that time you can lose both positive and negative. You go to a state called equanimity. This equanimity is the zero state, that is the spiritual state, where the mind has been stopped. There is no thought. So there is no question of positive or negative. So this is the key. Can you see me again? Okay. So this is the key. To get out of this negativity, you have to transcend both. Transcend the state where the polarity occurs. It is not possible to take one thing away. People tried many times and failed. Positive reinforcement, positive thinking, attracting positive into your life, all these are only for temporarily it works, but not permanently. If you permanently want your life to be in the joyful state is neither positive nor negative. It is our natural state. Remember, we, the human being, are called prema sarupa, the manifestation of love. When you touch upon that, your life changes automatically. You need not to do anything. It's a being state. Then you transcend this polarity, and you stay there. And all the time you are in direct contact with the joy, no matter what is happening. You are not running away, neither you get bogged down either. So your experience is always living in the moment and get connected with the universal love and joy. So I will just stop here for this explanation. I'll take questions. Any questions you have in this?
So Rajni,
Yes.
yeah. So this positivity and negativity, maybe I may sound a little coming in from the way we model artificial intelligence, but right. So the way it works is from our birth, days of the birth, right? You and I have gone through different experiences. So we have a model, and we have the events, and we have a learning pattern. We learn positivity and negativity based on the events, and that's how our positivity and negativity got into the relative proportion, right? Now if you want to stay neutral, want to be neutral, then the negative experience which happening, we have to shut off the learning process, because there's a natural way the human brain works will be there's learning behavior, right? So how do
Yeah.
we start that behavior, that there's no learning from the negativity?
Okay, let me answer this from other way around. Okay. What do you do with that learning?
No, I
If
don't have any control, so
see,
it will be
what I'm coming at, if that is the process of learning, we had enough of learning. By this time, now it is all full of joy and happiness in our life only, right? We have learned for 50, 55 years. Okay. So that we could not convert it because of the same reason that we cannot choose only positive. It will automatically, the negative will come with it.
yeah.
That is the reason. It is not that we cannot pull that positive things. But the learning is learn it into a totality. Okay, not the sample. You go to the thing and see what happened with that. I started learning something and then I said, this is give me happiness. Suppose if I, have some ice cream, I'll be happy. So I got that experience, maybe say in childhood. So then I want to replicate that happiness. So I have taken 10 ice cream in a day, but I never realized I will got cold and throat sore and I will be coughing for next 10 days. Yeah? So that part has to come as well. Okay, consequences of that of also need to come so that we can see it in a totality. So the happiness may be yes, but within the limited frame. But when we go into the totality of the experience, that maybe it is not a good idea. It is limited, yes, but not as a multiplication. So this need to be learned as well.
Yeah, I follow you, but let me give an example. So,
Okay.
for example, say I am good in floating, but I'm not a good swimmer, right?
Okay.
So
That's
at this age, I want to learn swimming, but as I have a inherent fear of swimming at this age
Mhm.
with my things, I have to overcome that fear. I have to unlearn that, overcome the fear. So that is a negative thought. That is a barrier to me to learn swimming at this age and continue with that. So how do I unlearn it?
Okay. See, what happens is, I'm just giving very crude example. Suppose you are crossing a boat in the river, boat capsized. Okay. You
Yeah.
have no option. Oh, mind your tail lane. Now I have to survive somehow. Yeah,
Right.
you will learn. Okay. Same thing here. Okay. If we push our mind into certain extent, beyond that it cannot go. And we in the 6 step meditation, we go there all the time. The flying, I'm saying, this range where the mind cannot work, we go to a territory where you cannot work, then you get rid of that altogether, because that it doesn't reach that territory.
Oh, I see. Okay, I
Means,
see.
give me another example to easy to understand. It is a fighting between positive thinking and negative thinking. Like it is two workers are fighting. Now supervisor has to intervene to stop the fighting. No? The supervisor has to be in the higher level that this levers. When the two supervisors fighting, then the engineer has to intervene to stop that fighting between supervisors. It should be always the solution lies in one step above. Two departmental managers are fighting. So you have to go to general manager to sort this thing out. Otherwise, it could have been sorted by itself. There's no conflict. Okay. So same here. Mind level thing, these positive, negative things cannot be solved in the mind level. Spiritual level, when you touch upon, you fly there, then mind cannot reach there. The solution will come from there. From the spiritual understanding, not the mental understanding. Otherwise, the solution could have been there already.
Okay. So if my inner self, which is higher than the mind and myself,
Oh, of course.
can convince me that go ahead and try it out, then only it will happen.
No need to convince. They'll push you into the water and learn by itself. Okay. But the obstacle will go away. Some situation will create, and to be, in the normal sense also, why we are facing so many obstacles, so many things. It is like a challenge thrown at us. So that one moment we give up. We said it is beyond us, and from that something comes out. Necessity is the mother of invention. If you put into a place where the necessity is bigger than the options, it's no longer an option, it's a necessity. You will find a way. But before, as long as options are there, we are like lazy buggers. We just go into the which I feel more comfortable with. Okay, if I can avoid swimming, I will do that. Why I should spend my time and effort go and learn swimming? But if it is a necessity, I have no other option. There are a lot of story in the history that somebody survived in eating lizards, life lizards, and going. They don't have a choice of whether I should order Mexican food or Chinese food, or I should order pizza or pasta. They don't have. When the necessity is there, they survived years, isn't it? So we can do wonders, but only thing is that need to be stopped. So no need to go physically to push ourselves into that kind of situation. If I control our mind and stop this mind chattering, we'll be there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other question?
Yes, what do you think? I
Yes,
have a question.
yes, Manali.
Yes, Guruji, you just said in this session that our whatever we are experiencing in our life because of our state of mind. So, but if the mishap happens or accident happens, does our mind state of mind brings these mishaps or accidents in our life, or is it because of karma?
It is because of many things. First of it, it is not about the accident that matters. It is what you are taking in your mind about that accident that matters. If you see it, in the truth,
Okay.
what you are talking here, how I can face it, how I can feel it. Accident has
Yes.
happened. There's an event that
Yes.
happened in a 1 second and gone.
Hmm.
Whether you like it or not, it's happened, it's over. Now,
Yes.
what the inner reflection, how it is affecting me, that we are discussing here, not the event.
Okay.
Correct? Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
So,
Guruji.
yes. So either we can, make ourselves feel very sad and cry whole day and all this, feel tantrum and also so sad I am. We can do that, or also we can accept it. It's
Yes.
happened. I cannot do it. It's beyond my control. I cannot do anything.
Absolutely.
I can only take care so that no further damage happens. I can take care of myself. I should not become another patient.
Yes.
I may be crying whole day and I stop taking food and all. I can do anything. But I become another patient. Somebody need me to take care of me also. At least I
Yes.
can stop that happening.
Yes. Yes.
With the acceptance and the clear understanding, I cannot reverse it. It is not beyond my power and control. And if there is anything it is under my control, let us do it and make it fixed.
Okay.
Okay. So that is quite possible. So that I can do. But if something is beyond my control, there is no need to do all these things and do both, because it is only give us, we call it a poor me syndrome. Those kinds of things
Yes.
inject the some idea into our mind that if you do this, if you cry, and also people say, oh, see how he or she is so much affected by, how does it matter? People will forget anyway. And we are not doing it for the people. That's a
No.
misunderstanding. Okay, we're doing for yourself. Take control over yourself. Or maybe this kind of events, it is a reassessment of your life. It is one to send a message to you in your life journey.
Okay.
Try to understand what is the message. If I have done, could have done something, I didn't do, maybe this opportunity, I will not do that same mistake. I will do it this time. Okay, you come to know some person, he left his body. You say, oh my goodness, I haven't called him for last 5 years.
Yes.
Okay, next maybe you just at least you take an assessment who are still alive. Give them
Yes.
a call or give her a call. So it changes that way your attitude for that. It is a reassessment.
Okay.
Okay, so it is this, all these events happen to give us some learning lessons, whether we like it or not. Take that opportunity to reassess it. Okay, and then you plan your activities accordingly. Take it as a learning event rather than an unfortunate event. Okay.
Guruji, I have got another question. Can I
Okay.
continue?
Yes. Yeah.
You say that you stop mind chattering. I love stitching, knitting, and painting. If I sit for painting or stitching or knitting for 2 to 3 hours, my mind doesn't get distracted by anything. But I do
Good.
it
Yeah.
at since night time. When I get time at
Mm.
the in night time only I get time. So,
Yeah.
but it's not that I am meditating that time. But when I'm doing that work, my mind doesn't distracted by anything. Uh, so,
Absolutely.
is it also a kind of raising my vibration level?
It is also a kind of meditation. Answer is yes. I will tell
Okay.
you what happens there. Whichever you are passionate about, whichever you love to do, then you get involved into that, your mind stops there. And what you don't like to do, every second minute you think, oh, it's too tiring. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. That's why we call it you follow your passion. Passion means love in action.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I was giving some example of Sharmila Tagore and, Nawab Pataudi. Na?
Yes, yes. You
They are
said that.
saying they're sitting in some park bench, like two lovers. They are just sitting. They're not talking even. Sitting in the park bench for hours together. They don't realize when the time passes, and that is the reality because they enjoy the company. They don't think, oh, is it worth it for half an hour I spent already? Do I need 10 minutes more or no such thinking? They enjoy the company. Time passes by. Time stops.
Okay.
So it's for any activity you do with a passion, like knitting or whatever, painting, with a full passion, time stops. And through that path, you enter into the divinity.
Okay.
And same thing when the spiritual masters do, they just do this in the service. It's a divine service they're doing. It is a joy by itself. It is joy of giving time, giving service, and giving any help or giving advices, everything without any self interest. That's it. It's only condition. There should not be transaction. It's not be give and take, only give. Then the joy of giving is a reward by itself. That is a spiritual level. Okay. So anything they're passionate about, they're following the passion. That is the reward of much higher level. And it is a divine experience. The what you get is the part of, you become a part of the divine. Okay, so it can be happen to any creative activity. There are many the creative people, that any arts or performing arts or any kind of thing, those who have succeeded in the very high level, they go into that territory. Who are the best actors are those who get completely absorbed into the character. And
Yes.
that cannot come if you are taking it as a duty and when it will be over and I'm going there and all. Some of the actors, they practice hours for just one role. I'm just giving means how much dedicated they are, how much involved they are. There was a scene, I forget the name of the movie. Dilip Kumar is playing a sitar. I mean, Veena, I think, or something. Sitar, yeah. He didn't know sitar how to play, but he learned for 6 months or maybe more how to play sitar. So that in the one few seconds clip, 30 seconds clip, he should not look stupid. Like fingers should move properly and the way it should be. See how dedicated the actor is.
Yes.
So when he was performing that, he exceeded the level of just doing it as a duty and means of income or whatever you call it. They got to the level where it touches the divinity. So that kind of thing, that kind of involvement, where mind stops. When the mind stops, the excellence comes out like a glow. It glows through your performance, your talk, your every gesture. It's conveyed. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
Thank
how it
you.
works. And anything, any activity you do with passion is you are meditating.
Okay, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
God bless you.
Okay, let me ask one question quickly, if it is time
Yes, I
permit.
know.
Okay,
No
so
problem.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so it is about the same topic on today, the black energy, right? One thing I like to, there is two things. One thing is about energy vampires. There are people,
Mm,
right? There are low energy people. Even they don't have any intention, or even they have in their mind, they have good intention. But if you just
mm,
be in there around there, we don't even know, and it is not about even acceptance or repulsion in our mind level, but you feel they'll suck that energy. For example, if you practice that energy and you're vibrating really high and you're tuning into the energy, but the moment you sit with this web, you are like you need to again start work. This is one.
yeah.
No, I noticed in the past. So similarly, other way around, there are people you around, you will get charged. That is easy to understand, but other way the thing. So
Mhm.
another thing is there are some people who are experts, for example, in terms of black magic or something. What they do is they charge some object, some substance, physical substance, something like that. For example, then that they will keep it in your surrounding or something. Even if you try to raise an energy of being into that will pull that, create a damage on the physical part. Even I got no. I was reading somewhere. Even Shankaracharya also got affected by this one. Can read online, no, this kind of thing. The people are there, but there is two things. One is damage can happen. Other thing, not getting affected by mentally or anything, like, because I'm a detached, I see it as a maybe for my highest good, for a divine play. I can make that meaning due to that, right? But in a
Mhm.
reality, is it possible for in this first is that some substance with the charge, some people say, unless otherwise removed from that place or something like that, then it'll again vibrate, you can energize. So
Mm.
what is your take on that messages for that?
No, it is these things are all there. So I'm not going to analyzing what are the negative things. I don't want to glorify them.
Okay.
But I'm just giving you just one. Maybe we'll discuss separately this aspect in totality. This is what I was talking about. All these, any negative charge thing, any energy vampires, anything, they always operate in the lower astral level, not beyond that. When we go into, you raise your level higher, when the fifth body level and above, you know, then when you activate that spiritual level, there is no negativity there. So negativity cannot touch that.
Hmm.
So the way you deal with all these things, simply be in the Vaira Mudra,
Hmm.
breath awareness.
Hmm.
If you be in the Vaira Mudra, all negativity, no matter what created it, it's a stone or black magic or one or whatever, putla or whatever it is, doesn't matter. Okay, it will not touch you. Because this Vaira Mudra, the breath awareness will take you, will make sure you are shielded and get directly connected with the divine. This doesn't have a power to reach there. Okay, but they can only have a power if you allow them to. If you lower your shield, like you see that you see the big what is called the warrior, they wear some kind of shield, no,
Hmm.
full body armor.
Okay.
If you go to the war zone without any armor, you will get hit.
Okay, okay, I got it. This point I got it. But what I'm asking is this entities they create, and these are intelligence, right? There's their higher intelligence they create, and they're intelligent than us sometime. I don't know, this is what I was just making assuming. And they'll attach to your aura, and they'll say whenever your guard is down, they'll get in. They look
Right.
for the
So
loop. No, it's like
you
an
you
artificial
should not
programming.
allow them. You should not allow them to do that.
But
If you're
24 hours, 24/7, how do we know that we are in that state?
You
Unless
need
otherwise,
not to know it. You pass
uh,
it on to the higher. No,
okay.
I surrender myself to Babaji. Babaji takes care of it.
Oh,
I am
okay. Then
not me,
okay.
not me. Okay,
Then that is fine.
drop that idea that you are protecting yourself. You are not. You
Okay.
don't have a capacity even.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm just like a child. Leave it to Mataji, my mother, and mother, please take care of me. Mother takes care of it.
Okay. Got it.
इधर उधर ऐसे करते भाग जाता है. So don't worry about that. Okay.
Then we don't need that this also, right? For example, even if you do
Sure.
the breath awareness, that is also some
Absolutely.
doingness.
But only thing is you have to be truthful.
Okay.
You cannot surrender as well as doubt.
Hmm.
अगर कोई आ गया तो means you are in doubt.
Hmm.
Then it will not work. Okay, surrender means complete surrender. It will work fantastically work.
So a
Okay,
surrendered person, even if a black magic, that is he has to consider God's
nothing
help.
will happen.
Hmm.
Nothing will happen.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
or and I'm telling you, even if you lower your guard, no,
Hmm.
lower your guard,
Hmm.
then masters are guiding all the time, protecting you. But
Hmm.
if you lower your guard, maximum what will happen? Too much powerful. Suppose they have sent a nuclear bomb.
Hmm. Correct. Correct.
Okay. Unlikely,
Uh,
unlikely. But if there's a nuclear bomb, maximum, I'm just sharing my experience. Maximum, what will happen? You will have a loose motion, a
oh.
stomach upset. That's it. They're sending for killing, killing machine, high power. You will just face little bit of stomach upset, and that's it. Okay, you are protected. So don't worry. Only thing you have to fly high. Okay, nothing will touch you. Okay,
Thank
no
you.
matter what, will not touch you. All
Good.
right.
So next time you have a loose motion, Anup, you know what it is.
No, even no, I was thinking of the connection. There is some people that's recommend cleansing the colon when that is called, what is that, kai visham they called. No, if somebody did
Yeah.
that, first they do is they cleanse stomach. They'll give the remedy. Maybe some connection. I don't.
No, it's okay. So what I'm saying is, rather than see, we are like we are spiritual. We are getting that healing thing. Healing means where you wanted to reach. No, don't start from what is the issue. No matter what the issue is, you know where the how the strings to be perfectly harmonized, and that will save you from anything. You need to analyze what is the problem and which type of black magic who did. You are much above that. If you be into that state, high vibration state, nothing can touch you.
No thoughts sound, right? That is the final.
Yeah, no, nothing can touch you, and you will be able to find out who did what.
Correct.
I found out many, so no issues. Okay, but their karma settles themselves. I need not to add more karma by giving them some cards them or something like that. No need. Okay, they fall into in their own trap. Okay, as we are discussing this, let me give you some other things. There is some technology that need to be learned. Yeah? So I will not tell you now what to do it. In spiritual level, we call it a mirror technology. Mirror. Okay. Suppose some black magic is coming. We have to simply put a mirror in front of us. It will go back to the person who created it. I need not even analyze what was sent. I have to just put a mirror. Huh? I call it mirror technology. It will go back. Okay, go back and effect will happen. The difference of multiplication of the vibration between that person and your vibration. Suppose somebody is doing black magic to me, that person definitely below 250. Suppose that person is vibrating as, say, 150 hertz. Okay, PEVF. Suppose my vibration is 750 at that moment. If I apply mirror technology, then the thing that go back, no, will be 5 times more powerful. The repercussions. Law of karma is 1:1, but somebody is messing with the spiritual people, no, who are vibrating high. They get multiplied effect. Okay. Anyway, just take it for your information. don't bust your brain into all these things. But they get that thing automatically. Okay. We are not only are protected, then this kind of people will get that their lesson very quickly. All right. So, is there any other question? Okay. All right. I think we have.
What
Yes, Priya.
since you mentioned, so what is the mirror? How do you mirror?
No, mirror. I will. That is a different thing. We use it, but I will not discuss it here. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying, what I'm saying, there are technology. They are technology, but it is not available commonly. It is the enlightenment beyond tool.
Because once you have helped somebody who was known to us and who was under a spell, and you have helped by some specific activity at uh, Kolkata, Kali. So, was that mirroring?
No, there are many things. It depends. It comes during meditation, so I cannot tell. It case to case basis. Okay, we find out what it is. If we find it is something of this black magic business, then we give a very powerful shot back. Yeah, so basically we don't do anything. Just put a mirror. It automatically goes back. Okay, so but it case to case by case basis. It is. I cannot explain it here, but this comes quite naturally because you are all the time have to protect. But for you, all of you, I'm saying, if you want to protect from any of these kind of things, just be in the Vaira Mudra, means in the breath awareness. That's it. Breath awareness will help you to stay in the meditative awareness, also repel all the negativity. That's why in front of the temples on the Vairav, that Rakshas type of stuff, they put some symbol. No, those are meant like that. Before you enter into any temple, they chew all this negative karma, negativity, and everything. Then you enter. Okay. So that's what it symbolizes. But if you're in a breath awareness, all the time you are shielded. No negativity can touch you. No so-called those vampires and all, they cannot do anything. Simply have to be Bhaira Mudra. That's all. Okay. Yes, because
Uh, RPA, just I wanted to know the same topic. Is there any way to know that something is coming to you? Because ultimately, when damage is done, then only the thought process starts. Yo, this may be this also. So how to know
no,
something is coming?
no need to know what is coming. You just protect yourself. Don't try to control the world. Control yourself. That's it. Okay. Why to bust my brain to who is doing what and all? No need. As long as I'm protected, I'm connected. How does it matter? I have to just put some mirror around me so whatever comes it reflects back. Okay.
थोड़ा लूज मोशन होगा, बस और कुछ नहीं.
That
Yes,
can be
Hariom.
there.
During the Corona time, when it started, we went under that loving protection ceremony.
Yes.
Now,
Mm.
does that for us from black magic also, or is it for what period is it valid? Is it to be
No. It's
done
valid
again?
for unlimited period. Yeah.
Unlimited,
Once it is installed, it is irreversible.
irreversible. But does
Yeah.
it protect
So
us
it
from
is
black magic and other things? Like they are
everything.
saying,
Everything.
everything.
Yeah. That is everything. Let me put it in this way. So,
Because
because the discussion is going somewhere, but anyway, let me clarify. This will protect you for all human creations. Okay.
okay,
Anything created by humans, you will get protected. But anything created by the divine or created by your own karma, you will not get protected from that.
okay,
Okay, because it is coming from your fifth body and get affected into your life. That it cannot protect. For that, karmakshalan is there, something else.
okay. Understood.
This Babaji's shield, that loving shield, can protect any human creations, including who are doing black magic.
Because we are all operating in such environment where a lot of enviousness or jealousness or everything is around, and people are quite. It's very common nowadays to get it.
Yeah.
Shortcut method is to get into black magic or do something
Okay.
or
Yeah.
make you eat something. So
Yeah.
I was just thinking whether this is protection is valid there also.
Oh, yes. You are protected. And what I'm saying is, if you go to the vibration 700 plus, this mirror will come automatically to you. Okay. You need not to struggle.
Thank
Just
you,
by
Guru. Thank
intention,
you
you
so
get
much.
it. You get it. And all will get this multiplication factor and go back to them, whatever they're doing. Okay. I have seen it
Thank you.
myself happening. When I just let me give you one example because anyway, we may not get much time. We do Suprasant Kriya and Hridaya Upasana. But as you were in the topic, I was guiding someone who got into these things. And then what happened is we applied that in come to वो बोलते हैं ना शरण में आ जाते हैं. When we come to the शरण में आ जाते हैं ना for the divine, then you get protected. Somebody was doing
Thank you.
some black magic to one to another person, and means basically it is a matter between a husband and wife, and husband run away and doing black magic on the wife and things like that. And the person who did black magic, no? Yeah, one that person called that wife and told, your husband told me this things to do. Not only that, he has had the recording of that and give it to that lady. Okay, and that lady had gone to the court and got all this settled and all this kind of things. Not only that, there's several other groups and NGOs and all behind that husband. But to give to more dandas. Okay, so things happen that way. It is not planned, so but the turn of event happened in such a way that biggest now that person who ran away, He's not getting any, nobody is willing to give him their daughter or something to get married into their community because of this kind of stuff. That kind of thing happens when you come to usko sharan mein aa jata hai na, we surrender. Then event happens in this way.
Correct. Thank you, Guru.
Okay.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So only thing, don't bother how it will play out, but divine takes care of it.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right. I think now it's time for us to do, the meditation. We'll do Suprasant Kriya. After Suprasant Kriya, we will do the meditation. We'll do only the fifth and sixth step. Okay. After Suprasant Kriya, we'll not do Hridaya Upasana. We'll do fifth and sixth step. Okay, last two steps of the six-step meditation. All right.
Sir,
Sit straight.
uh,
Yes, Uma.
sir, can I share my direct experience about Mataji's protection, sir?
Oh, yes, sure.
Like Babaji's and Mataji's protection.
Mhm.
Actually, I have shared to sir, about my actually when my grandfather died, when I went to the ceremony. There, I was sitting in the that yard, so I saw that orb. So I
Mhm.
didn't know that is a orb, but just I was focusing on that orb. It started taking out all my from my third eye. It started taking the whole energy like that. It started
Yes. Mhm.
sucking like that. I felt like that, so I just prayed to Babaji and Mataji. I don't know what is this, but this is my experience. I am surrendering to you, Babaji and Mataji. Just I said like that, and I
Mhm.
came back from there. Really, I felt so much protection on that day. After knowing that is a orb, I became very shocked for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
moment. Thank you for that.
No, no, that's good. God bless you. But yeah, only thing, my only advice is no matter what happens, don't be fearful. Fear lowers our vibration. Okay. You say, I surrender to you, take care. Okay. It's all yours.
Same
Okay. You will be
thing.
fine. You will be fine. But don't get fearful or doubtful.
Yes,
When the things come, truly, Babaji or Mataji will take care of me, and that doubt can harm you. Okay.
okay.
Okay. It will take, and you will be taken care of.
Okay, great. I've
All right.
experienced that, Guruji. That's why
Great.
it's
Great. Yeah.
100%.